まずはこちらの映像をご覧いただきたい。
And I love Juan, by the way. Juan will give you the shirt off his back. I think he's one of the coolest human beings, just a really good person. But he struggled the first 2 months emotionally, right? And I don't blame him. Big move going from the Yankees. Maybe had a little bit of buyer's remorse. It's all going to work out. Juan's going to the Hall of Fame. You know, I even tabbed him to be an MVP type of player, and he's going off. Like, he's hitting-wise, he's unreal. But he struggled. And in between innings, he would run from the outfield and go sit in the batting cage on a couch and not be in the dugout with a teammate, right? And like I said, I'm not throwing Juan. This isn't a Juan issue, right? This is a lack of leadership, lack of accountability from the top down. And we had an assistant GM who would sit there with him. The assistant GM would sit there with him and kind of coddle him and, you know, tap him on the shoulder without saying, hey, dude, how about getting in the dugout with your teammates, right?
Yeah.
And so I brought this up to Stearns. And I said, this is a huge problem because now younger players, who we have younger players on the team, they're seeing this. And your guys are allowing this. And he goes, well, those players need to learn that they're not Juan Soto.
チャベス氏は2022年から2025年までメッツの打撃コーチを務めた人物であり、2025年にチームがポストシーズン進出を逃した責任を問われ解任されたという経緯を持つ。ここからこのトピックに対するメッツ美女の見解を紹介しよう。
Former Mets hitting coach Eric Chavez, I just want to say we should invite him on more media forums of any kind. He's welcome here, legitimately anytime.
Please come on the podcast, Eric.
We actually should reach out, to be honest.
So sincerely, I don't even want to say problematic because that has a negative connotation. He's so, I don't know what he is, but he has invigorating, tantalizing, some might say on this podcast. I'm tantalized by what Eric Chavez has to say because let's give a little background. Like, Eric Chavez was very connected to Billy Epler, and like then he got fired. Then Chavez, you know, was demoted from the bench coach. Like, Chavez has a few reasons to be disgruntled by the Mets organization. Let's put that as a disclaimer. But he was very close to a lot of these inner workings.
But yeah, really, really interesting things going on there. And we see a few things come to light. The first bullet says, Juan Soto would be in the Mets clubhouse in between innings and not be in the dugout. Quote, this is a lack of leadership and accountability from the top down. An assistant GM would sit there with him. I have so many questions. Why is he not sitting there? Number one. Number two, where is he? Number three, what is he doing? Number four, why is somebody else talking to him? What's going on?
Yeah, Chavez said, he brought it up to Stearns. He said, this is a huge problem since younger players are seeing this and you guys are allowing it. And Stearns' response was, quote, those guys need to realize they're not Juan Soto.
Oh, no.
That's where we're off the cliff. I have so many issues with all of that. Juan Soto, of course, right? Like, I'm not saying it's not Juan Soto's fault. It is. You should want to be in there with your teammates and, you know, either be a leader or even if you don't want to be a leader, just for good morale, sit there in the dugout, right? Unless you're in the clubhouse, like working on something, getting in, you know, batting practice reps, that's different. If you're just sitting in the clubhouse because you want to sit in the clubhouse, that's a problem. But the bigger problem is that the Mets organization is allowing it and the general manager is notified of it and says, when presented with, oh, this is a bad example for the younger players, which it is, the GM's response to that is, well, they're not Juan Soto. I put up every red flag you have, every blaring siren. That is a problem in about 18 different areas.
100%. I mean, like, the fact that you even have this idea of an assistant GM sitting there with him.
Is he babysitting? Like, what are we doing?
Was he crying back there? Like, what was going on? Like, I do understand that. I mean, is that true, I guess, that nobody there is Juan Soto? Yeah, but I kind of I'm sort of operating under the idea that with great power comes great responsibility, like some Spider-Man type shit.
I agree.
This is no Spider-Man. Like, what do you mean you're not with the rest of the team? Like, listen, we have said basically since this podcast was alive that Juan Soto is not the kind of person who is going to really be your leader, not really your vocal leader, possibly not even your lead by example guy. He's just a star player and he doesn't really have that leader dog in him. But you can't be like anti-leader anti-clubhouse and actively negating some of the work that some of the other players are trying to do to make the culture better, that's when you have problems with me.
And isolating yourself from the team. I mean, this was allegedly, I guess, last year that he was talking about, because he went on to say, quote, Soto struggled the first 2 months emotionally. I don't blame him. A big move going from the Yankees. Maybe he had a little bit of buyer's remorse. That's just speculation. Like, that's the New York Post headline, and I need Chavez to cool it.
But also, he's like, I don't blame him. He went from a team that won all the time to the team that's losing. Like, I kind of get it too. Like, I would feel weird about that.
No, I do too. But if we're speaking in the sense of last year, and Soto's sitting in the clubhouse because he wants to, and everybody's allowing it. Like, think about how that makes Lindor feel. Think about, at the time, how that makes Pete Alonso feel. Why the hell is Juan Soto allowed to sit back there in the air conditioning while I'm on the top step sweating my ass off in July, cheering the guys on when it's not our day, our month, or our year? You know what I mean? Like, I guess my point is, why are we allowing that for some guys but not others? Can you imagine, like, genuinely think about for 1 minute, if Francisco Lindor, that came out. Oh, Lindor isolates himself in the clubhouse. Lindor hates his teammates. Lindor's not a leader. He never should have been captain. Like, you can just picture the runaway train that would have been. Since we started this podcast, you're correct to say, I'm not advocating for Juan Soto to be the leader of the team. I never have. We've said that it's okay if he isn't. However, isolation behavior like that and like princess treatment and all that, that's kind of a different story.
Completely agree. It doesn't sit right with me. And again, honestly, this is one of those instances where I need more information.
Yeah, me too.
And I'm not going to just believe everything I see at face value. I feel like Eric Chavez is a certain way about...
I do need a second source. I hate to say it.
I hate to say it, but like I would need to see more. But like, this is a report.
We're journalists up in here.
It's a report from Eric Chavez. That's what this is. But we're going to talk about it because he is somebody who obviously...
Sources say.
A source says. But he's close to it, right? Like, I don't think he's like making this stuff up.
However, disgruntled.
He
is a
no
former
doubt.
Disgruntled employee. Let's not...
And we know that the proof of that is he's still talking about it.
Right.
So I think that that's all at least worth mentioning. But I'm also, am I surprised to hear any of this? Or would I be surprised to find out that it is true? Probably not. Just based on the stuff that I feel like we had been discussing last year, where it was always sort of this air of, well, something's off, but it's just hard to say exactly what it is. And maybe this was a part of it.
Disappointed, but not surprised.
Right. And maybe we should just title the article that. Okay, so that's interesting. If more comes out about that, which, to be honest, once you see one thing like this, sometimes you end up seeing more. Other reporters are going to look into it. So we'll see if anything else, if there's anything else that comes from it.
今回の動画はいかがだっただろうか。ちなみに、ソト選手は記者からこの件について問われた際、チャベス氏の発言は知っている。だが、この件に関してはコメントしないと答えているようです。どこまでフィルターがかかった話かは定かではないですが、ぜひ皆さんの意見をコメント欄で教えてください。